Welcome back to the Horde. So, for those of you who think I saved this video from December, think again. I'm down here at the lower garage. I don't feel like falling down on those steps here on my way to and from, so I figured I'd move the thermometer. Anyway, 12:20. That's the time, not the date. 3/19 Tuesday, about 35 degrees outside, and you can see in the lovely upper Hudson Valley here, we're enjoying snow. I already shoveled the driveway and I thought I was done, but obviously not. Today I need to figure out what I'm going to do with those 3 Yamaha trikes I bought. So I dragged them off to the driveway last night, figuring this snowstorm was going to be trivial, but I guess it wasn't. So what I'm going to do is make a 5-minute video of each one, for my sake as well as a historic sake, and basically I got to figure out what to do with these. They are adding to the Horde, and they got to become one of 2 things fairly quickly. They got to become parts, or I got to decide that I'm going to keep them and put a little time and effort into bringing them back to life. So let's start out with the first one. First one is this blue one out here, and I already pulled the spark plug out of it. So here's the plug. It was used, well used. Looks like it was running a little rich, or burning a little oil. So that's the story on that. Here's the bike in its entirety. So one could see it's actually got a very nice seat. Tires are good, and they all hold air. Those are all pluses. A good seat and good tires. Very nice. The bike is complete. Plastic isn't great, obviously. It's got a problem back here. Somebody went through the trouble. Sometimes I see this with bikes that kids own. They'll put a whole load of money into like something like the handlebars, and yet the bike isn't great. Throttle is there, and gas actually smells fresh. There isn't any in there, but it doesn't stink. So all pluses. The headlight is broken out of it. I do have the ignition key for this. Or no. No, I don't. This one doesn't take an ignition key. I have 2 ignition keys. So that one and that one must have ignition keys. So anyway, also interesting, the gas is turned off. Given that this doesn't appear to be a runner, having the gas turned off tells me the carburetor probably drips, or the gas tank probably drips. So all those things just to pick up right from the get-go. This bike and this bike appear to be exactly the same. Even the year, I don't think one, you could see a serial number there, but I'm not sure you could read that sticker. On that one it says it's an 85. On that one says it's an 85. So I think it's true. I think they are both 85s. I pulled the string several times, and that's what I have for compression, 30 psi. So just quickly going through this bike, right from the top of my head, given the low compression, but nice seat, nice tires, all that, I'm thinking this guy is going to become a parts bike. To me it would be a little bit more valuable if it had reverse. It does not. That guy has reverse, that guy has reverse. So I'm thinking parts. And when you start talking parts, you start saying, what is this thing worth to me? If you recall, for all 3, I spent $420. This guy here, right off the top of my head, given that it's got 3 good tires on it, it's got a double bolt pattern. You can see there are 3 bolts and 4 bolts there. Given that they have the double bolt pattern, a pair of tires on rims that hold air that are in that condition are worth $100. So the tires are probably worth $100 and a quarter, $100 and a half. The seat is worth another $50. If I were to part it out, put the carburetor, so we're talking, call it $100 and a half for the 3 tires, another $25 on the seat, $175. And then you start selling parts off of it. I mean, the exhaust system, everything else. Probably in parts, this bike's worth, just for a number, an easy number that I can hit is probably about $250 if I parted it out, or if I had to buy the parts. To me, the tires are probably going to end up on one of the 200S's. So, given that I paid at $420, these were $140 each. The tires were more or less worth everything I paid for this one, for the $140. So, just to let, once again, what's wrong with it? Low compression, and it's got, as I pull the string, I don't know if you can hear it, it's got kind of a slappy sound. I'm not quite sure if that's the valves. I don't think it's the starter. It doesn't feel like it's timed with the starter. So this thing does have motor problems, and I just at this moment my feeling is that I'm probably going to call this thing parts, pull the tires off of it, and part it out. So that's bike number 1. We have 2 more to go. So remember, folks, I hate snow. I really do hate snow. I hate snow in March. I wish it was warm. But if in the meantime, remember, keep your feet on the pavement and try not to fall on your ass. We'll catch you on the next episode of The Horde.